Government claims that rebels are obstructing their efforts to evacuate civilians trapped in the central city of Homs. The Arab League is calling for a peacekeeping force in the country, pointing out that the current UN peace plan cannot halt the violence. And now clashes between government troops and the opposition do continue nationwide. Activists say at least now 79 civilians, soldiers and rebels have been killed since the UN observers suspended their mission there 3 days ago. Russia has reportedly been preparing to send ships and Marines to its naval base in Syria to protect people and remove equipment in case of an ongoing conflict, in case it escalates. The Red Cross believes up to 1.5 million people are now in desperate need of humanitarian help. RT's Maria Finoshina, who is in Damascus for us, reports on how the media is turning into yet another tool of war, sometimes just as dangerous as a rifle.
Evening meal with evening news. Mesa hears that the Syrian army is shelling residential areas in Homs, while watches another channel, and he learns that the rebels are using civilians as a human shield while the army attacks their stronghold. When dinner is over, the two neighbors from Damascus will be left with completely different versions of what's going on in their country and who is responsible. The media has an enormous influence on people's perceptions. French investigative journalist Thierry Meyssan believes it can be and is being used as a weapon in the Syrian conflict. He accuses Western countries of preparing a media terror attack on the Syrian government, involving sophisticated staged events, all designed to force regime change.
The
majority of Syrians are not against Assad, but if they see the pictures of the regime down, the president fleeing, the rebels taking over the presidential palace, it will demoralize people. And even Assad supporters will stop resisting and give up. This is how TV works. People believe it even before they think whether it could be true or not.
In another Arab Spring country, Libya, Thierry believes that Qatar-based channel Al Jazeera broadcast pictures from Tripoli's central Green Square showing rebels celebrating the regime's fall days before they actually entered the city, a move he claims helped the rebels to advance after weakening Gaddafi's followers. In Syria, the journalist warns things may go much further.
They will not only use their own channels to send this message, they will replace Syrian satellite channels with their own, with the same logos and same design.
The head of the broadcasting company that provides RT with live pictures from Damascus says such a swap is technically possible, but he doubts people would fall for it.
They know Syrian presenters and reporters, and if they say it's different, they'll understand immediately something is wrong, so no way they'll believe it.
Rafik Lotf, another investigative journalist from Damascus, has spent the last 10 months exposing what he thinks is proof of foreign media meddling in Syrian events.
International media discredited themselves already. There have been too many cases proving their interest. Biased. No one believes them. People used to, but no longer trust.
Rafik refers to the most recent case when the BBC used pictures showing dead bodies in Iraq to illustrate Syria's controversial Hula massacre. Those responsible later apologized and removed the misleading images.
Misinformation and propaganda are common themes in any conflict. Syria is already the subject of mixed media coverage with the use of wrong pictures and footage that cannot be independently verified. But while information manipulation is very hard to expose, its impact, such as international condemnation and calls for military foreign intervention, is impossible to ignore. Maria Finoshina, RT, Damascus, Syria.